Rachel already said yes. The night everything changed. After a decade of marriage, you start to believe there's nothing left that could surprise you. You've seen every version of each other. The laughter, the arguments, the stretches of silence, and the fragile peace that holds it all together. But that illusion shattered for me one quiet Thursday night over dinner. Anna and I were sitting across from each other, a half-finished bottle of wine between us. She set her fork down, exhaled, and said the words that detonated everything we'd built. "I think we should try polyamory." For a second, I thought I misheard her. My fork froze midair. Her voice was steady, practiced even, like she'd been repeating that line in her head for weeks. "What?" I finally managed. "You heard me," she said softly, eyes locked on mine. "I think it's time we open our marriage. See what else is out there." The air went still. I felt my pulse hammering in my throat, a dozen emotions colliding: shock, anger, disbelief, and something else. A flicker of curiosity. This was the same woman who once accused me of looking too long at a waitress. The same woman who once swore she'd never share what was hers. And now she was suggesting we bring other people into our marriage. I leaned back, studying her face, the calm expression, the poised tone. She'd thought this through. Probably even convinced herself it was mature, modern, healthy. But underneath my confusion, I felt something I hadn't expected: relief. Because Anna didn't know about Rachel. Rachel, her best friend since college. The constant presence in our lives. Every holiday, every birthday, every weekend dinner, she was there. Rachel was everything Anna wasn't anymore. Warm where Anna was sharp. Patient where Anna was dismissive. She made me feel seen, heard, human. It had never crossed a line. Not physically, but emotionally. We were already orbiting dangerously close. So when Anna dropped her little proposal, I didn't panic. I didn't argue. I didn't even blink. I simply said, "Great." Rachel already said yes. Her smile froze. "What do you mean?" "Exactly what it sounds like," I replied. "You want to open the marriage? Fine. Just know Rachel, and I have already talked about it. She's open to it." Her face went pale. I'd never seen her so still. Anna, the woman who always had the upper hand, always the last word, was speechless. "You and Rachel?" she whispered. "Yes," I said quietly. "Rachel, your best friend. She's seen how things have been between us. How distant you've become. And unlike you, she actually listens." The silence stretched until it felt like the walls were listening. Then, in a flash of rage, Anna slammed her wine glass down so hard the stem cracked. "This isn't what I meant," she snapped. "I thought we'd explore together, not you running off with my best friend." I laughed, not cruelly, but bitterly. "You opened the door, Anna. You just didn't expect me to be the one who walked through first." She stared at me like she didn't recognize the man sitting across from her. Maybe she didn't. In truth, I hadn't planned to say it. It just spilled out. Years of frustration, of feeling invisible, dismissed, unheard. The quiet connection with Rachel had been building for so long it was inevitable. The weeks that followed were chaos. Anna tried to backpedal, insisting she hadn't meant that kind of open. But the words were already loose, and there was no taking them back. Meanwhile, Rachel and I stopped pretending. We met for coffee, talked for hours, filled in the empty spaces our lives had become. One night, after years of restraint, we finally crossed that line. Gently, honestly, like something long overdue. And for the first time in years, I felt wanted. Not tolerated. Not managed. Wanted. Anna found out, of course. She always does. The fallout was volcanic. Accusations, tears, shouting, all of it. She tried to paint me as the villain, but every time she did, I reminded her. You said polyamory. She'd wanted freedom, but in giving herself permission, she'd unknowingly given it to me too. In the end, our marriage didn't survive. Maybe it had been dying long before that dinner. Maybe her words just gave it a clean ending. But I wasn't broken anymore. Rachel and I didn't rush into anything. What we had wasn't built on rebellion, it was built on recognition, respect, understanding, the kind of quiet warmth I hadn't felt in years. Looking back, I realized that night was both an ending and a beginning. Anna thought she was setting herself free, but what she really did was set me free. And when I said, Rachel already said yes, I wasn't trying to win. I was finally telling the truth.